Howdy, and welcome back. I'm Steven, and this is FWP Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the triumphs and defeats, the epic highs and lows of high school football. Just kidding. I had you there though, didn't I? We're actually going to be talking about a much less shitty coming-of-age story, and that is Shithouse. Yes, it's called Shithouse. No, it's not shitty. Will you trust me on this? Okay? Shithouse is one of the first great rom-coms of the decade. This movie centers around Alex, a homesick college student striking up an unlikely friendship with his RA, Maggie. They bond over the course of a night and a dead turtle, and it really just goes from there. This movie stars Cooper Raiff as Alex and Dylan Galula as Maggie. Cooper Raiff is also making his writing and directorial debut in this movie. A small budget doesn't mean this movie doesn't swing for the fences. Alex and Maggie are both written and played very well in this movie. These two things combined with the actors' chemistry made them an effective couple to watch on screen. There's something magnetic about them that makes this movie even more entertaining. In terms of performances, I want to mention that Logan Miller does a great job in his smaller role. The story in itself isn't something incredibly original, but it combines well-known beats in a very effective way. The story takes the viewer on an intriguing journey that has lots of twists and turns along the way that I didn't exactly see coming. The jokes in this movie were written and delivered pretty effectively. I loved it and found myself laughing several times during the movie. A lot of the jokes centered around secondhand embarrassment, and while I would have preferred that not to be the case, I don't think any of them went too far. The way this movie was delivered as a whole worked very effectively. This movie made something special of itself by taking the best beats of a rom-com and the best beats of a low-budget art house movie. This movie had some incredibly gutting moments sprinkled throughout. This was helped by how relatable this movie is to everyone. It's not just relatable to college students or former college students, it also relates to people that have found themselves in a new situation and have been struggling because of it. This movie relies a lot on the performances as well as the situations the characters are written into to create the emotional foundation of this movie. It is very effective, and this movie makes you care about the characters through how relatable they are and many other elements that are at play. On that note, there are also many perspectives about how a person can go through college in extreme, slightly exaggerated ways. This helps continue the work the movie has been doing to make itself relatable. This also speaks a lot about the movie's thematic elements. It helps build up the idea that too much of anything is bad. This is a time-worn theme, but this movie makes it feel somewhat fresh. These extreme characters can make extreme situations, and a lot of the jokes stem from that. I've mentioned that this movie is relatively small and tight-knit. In fact, the budget was only $15,000 for this movie. That is a very small amount to make a movie, and there's nothing to buffer large mistakes story-wise. Movies of this size walk a very thin line, but this movie struts that line with confidence. This movie takes no prisoners. It assembles a talented cast and utilizes them well with effective writing, and it makes for a really great movie. Well, to be honest, I'm kind of offended. These parties were not nearly as lit as our parties usually are, so check them out. Sig Kappa Mu Alpha Theta. I'll see you guys every single night because we're getting hammered. Let's go. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you today. Be looking out for my next videos. There will be one coming out a week from today, as well as the following Wednesday. My Christmas break is starting, so I'm working to pump out a lot of great content for you guys here and over on my Instagram at FWP Reviews 100. The end of the year is approaching, so I'm working on my awards as we speak. Be thinking about who you might want to nominate for fan favorite, because that's one of my favorite categories. This is Steven with FWP Reviews signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.